If the government is starting this in her policy, removing allowances for medic does not improve welfare. This, in any case, it worsens it, and it should be clear to the government that a hungry, stressed medical intern cannot provide safe care.
A medical intern is not merely a student. A medical intern is a professional standing between life and death. When many of us are asleep, they are awake. When disease strikes at midnight, they are present. When accident victims arrive covered in blood, they are there. When mothers struggle through difficult childbirth, they are there. When a child arrives struggling to breathe, they are there. They work long hours. They expose themselves to dangerous working environments. They witness suffering that many citizens could never emotionally bear. They make critical decisions under pressure. One mistake can cost a life. Imagine asking such people to sacrifice everything while telling them there is no money. What message does that send to the next generation? What does it say to every young person considering medicine? Likewise, a teacher is not merely someone who stands before a blackboard. A teacher is a builder of minds. Every doctor first sat before a teacher. Every engineer sat before a teacher. Every lawyer, every president first sat before a teacher. The classroom is where every nation is manufactured. The future is built there before it appears anywhere. To deny proper teacher training while demanding better educational outcomes is like refusing to sharpen a spear and expecting to hunt. Citizens must understand something important. A country does not become rich because leaders become rich. It becomes rich when its people become productive. The greatest resource in Uganda is the Ugandan citizen, the human mind, the human skill, the human potential. Every developed nation discovered this secret. It invested in its people, developed people, educated people, protected people, empowered people. But whenever a nation begins investing heavily in maintaining power than empowering citizens, danger appears. Power does not create wealth. People create wealth. Power does not produce food. Farmers produce food. Power does not heal patients. Medical doctors do. Government is merely a driver. And when a driver begins consuming more fuel than the engine itself, eventually the vehicle stops moving. That's why citizens must ask difficult questions. What return does the nation receive from every billion spent? A rich nation can still decline if it spends foolishly. If government exists for the people, then the welfare of the people must remain the highest priority. If leadership is service, then sacrifice must flow from the top before it's demanded from the bottom. A nation's greatness is not measured by the comfort of its officials, but by the dignity of its citizens. And perhaps the hardest question of all, if those in power became ordinary citizens today, would this budget keep them alive? Would it educate their children, protect their families, and give them hope? Or would they suddenly discover the very hardship that millions of Ugandans face every day? Whatever you fund, you value. Whatever you neglect, you sacrifice. A budget is not merely an economic document. It's a revelation of priorities. It's a mirror reflecting the heart of a leader. So when a nation allocates money, it's saying, this is important, this can wait, this matters, this does not. So citizens must learn to read the budget not just with their eyes but with their understanding, because those are not just numbers. They become hospitals, roads, medicine, jobs. They become life itself. Every shilling is a decision about someone's future. The tragedy is that many people look at budget as the expert's business, yet the budget belongs to the people because it's built from their sweat, taxes, labor, resources, and sacrifice. The budget is not government money, it's public money. The government merely manages what belongs to a nation. That's why citizens have the rights and duty to ask questions, not because they hate their country or oppose their leaders, but because accountability is the highest form of patriotism.